Hey, what's up, everyone? Coming to you live with another video real quick. And today, I got a guest with me. It's none other than my brother. And before we get into it, I'm going to let him introduce himself real quick.
All right. Appreciate it, man. Thanks, man. Hey, this is your boy, Neil Legend. Like I always say, I'm a champion. You are a champion. We are all champions.
We all champions.
We all champions.
Yes,
sir. Yes, sir.
Did you get everything out?
No, I didn't get everything out.
What else you want to...
Also, you want to follow me, you can also come to my Instagram, which my Instagram is Neil Legend. That's Neil Space Legend. And I'm also at the top. The name would be Stop Existing, Start Living. Also, you can follow me on my YouTube, which is also Neil Legend. You can also follow me on my Facebook, which is actually my name, Cornelius Dunlap. And anything else, you can just send me a message. We can correspond with one another, and we can just go from there.
You good? You good now?
I'm good now.
You straight up?
I'm straight.
Right, so can we get to the reason why I got you on my YouTube channel?
This is why you got me here.
Okay, so can we move on to the next segment?
If that's what you want to do.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, so something real funny happened to me a couple days ago, right? All right? So I finally got around to watching that new Dragon Ball Z movie, the Broly movie, right?
Okay.
And it was actually a pretty dope movie. I got some questions about it, but it was actually pretty dope. But I went on my Facebook and I made a post about it. And then after I made a post, one of my homeboys hit me up on the inbox. And I'm going to ask you the same question that he asked me. And I answered it, but I got a nice laugh out of it. I feel like, you know what, let's talk about this real quick.
I'm ready.
You ready for it?
I'm always ready.
All right, so you got a 40-year-old man who has never watched any of the Dragon Ball Z cartoons, any of the movies, any of that. So what would you tell him to go watch first if he want to get... Why you shaking your head, man?
Literally what I'm thinking, he need to shoot himself. It's literally what I'm thinking. Hey. Like, it's supposed to be funny, but I'm actually getting mad. I'm getting mad.
Hey.
You got a 40-year-old that never watched Dragon Ball Z. This is the franchise that introduced like anime and Japanese cartoons to the United States. And if you in Dragon Ball Z, if you watching this for the first time, you hadn't seen something before this. So,
well, I'm gonna tell you this: he's not 40 years old.
Okay,
he's older than 40. He's in his 40s.
That make it worse. That make it worse.
All right, but look, so check it. So somebody want to get into this, and he got kids too, But we'll talk about that again. So, what would you tell someone? Now, first off, for everybody that's watching, let everybody know like all of the different chapters or arcs that comes with Dragon Ball, and then once you describe everything, let the people know which one you would go with first.
Okay, well, you're going to start off with actually Dragon Ball. You can just start with Dragon Ball. Right after Dragon Ball is Dragon Ball Z. Right after Dragon Ball Z is Dragon Ball GT. That gets messy because a lot of people say GT is canon and GT is not canon. I think with where we at now, there are some things in GT that actually make it canon, but I digress from that point. But then you have Dragon Ball Super. So that is actually how it go in order. But I would say my personal opinion is start off with Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
I would say start with Dragon Ball Z because it gives you the action, it gives you backstory, it gives you multiple characters at one time. But in order to be a Dragon Ball person like me and like my friends, you have to go back and watch Dragon Ball. Okay. Dragon Ball is like that is what made Goku, because without Dragon Ball, like, and it's like when you watch Dragon Ball, you grow up with Goku. Cause Goku is like actually a child,
okay,
and then you grow up with Goku to Dragon Ball Z, and you want to know before. And honestly, it is actually recognize that Dragon Ball is really better than Dragon Ball Z. Now, Dragon Ball Z had one of the best arcs that you can watch, which is Goku versus Frieza. That's one of the best arcs. But if you want to just start right now, I would watch Dragon Ball Z, and then whenever you have time, go back and watch Dragon Ball.
And it's funny that you say that because Dragon Ball Z was what everybody got introduced to over here in the States. And I think somewhere around 2004, 2005, I think I told myself, I was like, you know what, let me go back and start watching Dragon Ball. And I only watched it because I was bored and I was just interested to see what it says. Now, the thing is, Dragon Ball answers so many questions.
Facts.
It answers so many questions. But in 2019, if you watch Dragon Ball first before watching Dragon Ball Z, I don't see anybody sticking through with it to make it to Dragon Ball Z. How you feel about that?
I kind of agree.
Because to me, because like by watching Dragon Ball Z, it was good.
Yeah.
But I think for me, if I would have watched Dragon Ball first, to me it would have been like hella boring.
I mean, I can see that just because, like you said, like just how it looked, and it really wasn't. It was a threat, but it wasn't like, you know, the graphics, just how they drew each character. But I think Dragon Ball had a better storyline, and I think if you one of them ones that watch anime, watch anything for storylines, it has a better storyline. I think Dragon Ball Z had like better. Like climax.
So Dragon Ball better storyline.
Yes.
Dragon Ball Z better art.
Better art. Yes.
Okay. So let's move on because I don't want to make this video too long. Okay. So
look, it's gonna be long.
No, we're gonna keep it short because the people we're gonna give the people what they want. All right. Now when I'm on your show, we can talk for an hour.
2 hours.
But you went Vinny from on the street, so we're gonna keep this at a couple minutes.
All
okay.
Right.
All right, so we talked about Dragon Ball, we talked about Dragon Ball Z, and we briefly got on Super. There's another cartoon out there that I want to mention, Dragon Ball Z Kai. Tell the people what that is.
Okay, well, I didn't bring up Dragon Ball Z Kai when he actually told me to name all the arts, because Dragon Ball Z Kai is really Dragon Ball Z.
Remastered. I just wanted to get that out there.
That is exactly what it is. It's remastered, is for the kids of this generation, because if you actually watch Dragon Ball Z, like if you watch the unfiltered Dragon Ball Z, it is gruesome, and I love it. It is gruesome. There's a lot of things that they took out. They took out a lot of blood. They took out a lot of like people getting impaled through the chest. They took out a few deaths that really didn't care. That's what Dragon Ball Z Kai is. Virtually the same thing. It is really the same thing as Dragon Ball Z. It's just remastered for young kids in this generation.
So, last question, and we're going to get out of here. No, I got a few more.
Okay.
So, would you advise somebody just coming into the Dragon Ball universe, would you advise someone to watch GT? Come on now, we on camera now.
I mean, I'm processing it, man. Look, GT is one of them things that it's a great concept. It just wasn't executed the way that it should have been executed. It had great villains. Like Baby is really one of the best villains. Like Baby Vegeta is one of the best villains. You got Super Saiyan 4, and if you don't know what Super Saiyan 4 is, that is really the battle version of Ozaru. Ozaru is the 8th form that they changed to when they see the moon. That is like you have a battle form with that strength, and they are able to control. Like they introduce so much stuff to where like I would say go watch it. But if you looking for that same feeling you get when you watch G or Super, you're not gonna get that same feeling. It's what you're going for.
I don't even think I finished GT. I remember him and Pam getting the Dragon Balls, and then they had to fight. They had to fight like the animalistic version. I don't even remember it, but I don't think I finished it. Every time I get ready to go back and watch it, I'd be like, yeah, I got better things to do. I'll come back to you later.
And I get that, and I cannot disagree more, but I will say if you can get by the first season, it actually gets better.
Okay.
The first season, the first season of GT is like it's very slow, it's very boring. Goku gets turned back to a child. Sorry, that's a spoiler, but he does. He gets turned back to a child, and Goku is not really the main focus, but he is always the person saving the day. And Pan, it is like centered around Pan, and she does a good job, but it just didn't do it for me. That's
okay.
Didn't do it. I like it, but
but 2 more questions.
All right.
So Dragon Ball Super is like the last one for right now. Give me your thoughts on now. Is Super still going on, or
Super is actually stopped? But it's coming back in July. This July, there will be another arc. It's actually stopped. The first arc is done. I think it's 131 episodes.
Yeah.
And it's actually was pretty good, but I think I know it's coming back in July.
Okay, so because I know these cartoons come out in Japan, like maybe 6 months to a year before they make it to the States. With that being said, English dub, or English subtitles? Which one do you watch? Which one you advise someone to watch? The Japanese version with subtitles, or you wait until it comes out in the English version?
Japanese version with subtitles.
Japanese, and why is that?
It just gives it another feeling, because when they actually convert it into English dub, it is a lot of translation that get lost. And when you read it and you see the words with their demeanor, with what's going on with the scenario, with the situation, it means so much more than actually reading into English. So yeah, I go back to a point to where I made about Dragon Ball Z Kai. Kai is actually for, kids today. It's for this generation. It's for America. So that's how it is when they actually translate the language from Japanese to English. It's a lot of stuff that gets caught out. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that gets cut out. And once it gets cut out, you still have that feeling. It's still good, but you always have to go back and read the subtitles. Fun fact about subtitles is what I found out was that a lot of people say, hey, I can't read. A lot of people say, I can't read that fast. If you continue on the subtitles and you continue reading, it's going to come easy. You're going to be able to see like one word. You're going to be able to see like 2 words and know exactly what they're talking about without actually reading the whole dialogue. So that is a fun fact about subtitles, right. Trust me.
So to sum things up,
yes,
Dragon Ball Z, and then Dragon Ball Super, and then at some point, whenever you got time, go back and watch regular Dragon Ball. And if the option is out there, watch them in English subtitles.
I want to change from first two. Okay. I want Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And then Dragon Ball Super.
Okay, gotcha.
That's exactly how I think it should go. Because, and fun fact, I'm not going to give you no spoilers. Dragon Ball Super was good, but it's a lot of stuff that goes on in Dragon Ball Super that really you would want to see Dragon Ball first. There's a lot of moves that's been brought back from Dragon Ball that we always ask, like, man, I wish I could see that move again. That's actually brought back in Super. So it's like a fan service in a way.
All right. So you got anything else you want to say?
I would say if you haven't watched Dragon Ball Z or any Dragon Ball at the age of 40, you need to be shy. That's what I would say. Age of 40 and up.
With a little Gatling gun.
A Gatling gun. I got a gun that comes out. It says Kamehameha wave when you're getting shot. So that's the only thing that I want to say.
All right. Hey, appreciate y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys next time. All right.